What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today we're going to be talking about Trey Turner, the five-time Pro Bowl right guard who the Pittsburgh Steelers just signed after releasing David DeCastro. Now, a little bit of information on Trey. Obviously, man, his best years were when he was in Carolina, but that was mainly because he was healthy. Last year in LA, missed a ton of time early in the season and late in the season, dealing with a combination of a knee injury and a groin injury, and it showed up a good amount on his tape. But this game versus New England was probably the healthiest he was during the season last year, and he actually has some really good plays in here. So we'll break down a couple of those things so you can have a better understanding of Mr. Trey Turner. For those that don't know, here he is right here. Okay, we'll play it in full speed. After that, I'll slow it down. Alrighty. So first thing right here, man, this is just a stretch outside zone run, right? So for Trey, he's not necessarily thinking about can a particular man. He's blocking this area, though. He has a reach block. That's what this is called right here. So he's going to be reaching, he's reaching, so forth, right? Because obviously the play is designed to go out there. So first initial step for him, he knows he has to gain a lot of ground, right? A lot of width, lateral movement, okay? So we want to see how explosive he can be out of that. Here we go. There we go. So good, like I said, though, with that initial step, right? Getting out here. Now, granted, he had a little bit of help by the tackle. Good job by him chipping this guy as he works up to the off-ball linebacker. But now for Trey, you get your block right here. Okay, so now what are you going to do? You have initial contact, which is good because we talked about the difference between contact and actually blocking the guy. Anybody can make contact, but to sustain the block, that takes a lot more work, a lot more technique and fundamentals. So right here, knowing this ball wants to go outside, Trey has inside leverage right with his hat placement. So not the most ideal for this particular run, but Trey understanding where the play is designed to go. Now you see him work to get his head on the outside. He kept his feet moving as well. I really want to highlight that because we know with offensive linemen, sometimes their footwork isn't the best, right? Sometimes they get lazy, but watch his feet. They stay hot, stay square, right? Nice little, nice space in between his feet as well, keeping good balance right there. And ultimately that helps put him in position to turn this block into the reach block that it needed to be. And now this running back has a hole right here to run through. Whereas if Trey doesn't continue on to get to the right side of this defender, this play isn't going to work because this guy is sitting right here in this gap. And now this running back is going to have to either try to bounce it outside or cut it back, which at the NFL level hardly ever works. So right here, though, man, good job, though. Just coming out the stance initially, right? Staying low. Boom. Good initial contact. Now, all right, good bouncing between my feet. Get to the angle that I need to. And now we're just going to finish. Be finishers. That's what we are right here. Nice little push at the end. Nothing too, bad, but at the same time, you always want to send a message, man. Let the defender know this. He's in for a long physical day. But I definitely like this play right here by Trey, though, man. All right, now this play that we're going to see with Trey shows him in a true pass set right here, but having to play off of a pass rush stunt. Now, it's a good movement initially by New England, and anybody that watched this game, New England gave them a ton of troubles up front, but watch how Trey just deciphers through everything right here. So, as we always do, play it in full speed, and after that, I'll break it down for you. That's Trey, though, right at the right guard spot. Alrighty. So, first off, to start this thing, man, with Trey, pre-snap shifts and motions, right? But this time it happens on the defensive side of the ball. So you have, these wide 3 techniques, but this guy right here is actually in a 5 technique, okay, all the way out here on this tackle. I'm talking about this gentleman right here, okay? So he's all the way out here as a 5 technique. Now you got 1, 2, 3 guys on the inside, but they're off ball. So for Trey, he's looking at this thing and, man, it's not a lot of work initially for him, right? Excuse me, but he could be thinking, man, one of these guys might be coming in on some type of blitz, right? So that's initially your mindset. Now, as we continue to play the play though, what do we get? Big shift, right? So you go from this guy being as a 5 technique to now he's in a wide 3. You go from this guy being over here in a 3 technique to him being a nose or a 0 technique. So now Trey goes from not having any immediate threats to now he has 2 threats realistically in terms of this 3 technique and obviously this zero technique who could potentially threaten him in this A gap as well. So now as the play progresses, right? We've got through that initial part. Now for Trey, you want to get your vertical set on, right? Nice job with this set. Now it wasn't necessarily vertical in terms of straight back, but I do like how he cuts the angle off of 93 just to make sure that action has to happen a little bit faster, all right? But now with that, 93 doesn't do anything to sell this game. So we saw as soon as 93 pops straight up like he does, Trey's head goes where? Inside. Because he knows now this has to be some type of game, some type of stunt. And ultimately, what New England is trying to get here is this guy to pick right here on Trey, 93 to wrap around. And now, once this guy sets this pick, now he's able to go and you get 2-on-1 on this center right here. That's ultimately what they're trying to do. But since Trey recognizes it as well as he does and as fast as he does, he doesn't allow this 0 technique to pick his hip. He ultimately is able to be the hammer, not the nail hill, right? He's able to turn his head, see this penetrator, and ultimately stop this penetrator's momentum, which he does a really good job of right there, man. But yeah, play through the shifts in motion. Don't let that distract you. Don't let that make you get out of whack or anything. And from there, nice set. Okay, 93 doesn't do anything to threaten you. Eyes are right in there right now. That's veteran experience. That's stuff that you get from being in stadiums. You talk about Trey, 93 games in his career, 89 starts. This is the type of recognition that you get and how fast you can get it. And then from there, just be physical. Be a dog at the end of it, baby. All right, now this last play shows Trey in a one-on-one pass blocking set. And this is something that he did struggle with last year, and a lot of it was injury related. But when he was healthy, these are some of the things that he did well, and especially that he did well in Carolina as well, going with the run blocking that we know he can do at a high level. So, final play right here of the breakdown. Here's Mr. Trey again. And as we always do, we'll play it in full speed. And after that, I will slow it down. All righty. Started out in a little bit of slow motion. So to start it out, man, Trey, the defender that he's blocking right here is in a 2-eye technique. Now, a 2-eye is just head up to this guy, is just being head up, okay? That's your 2-eye technique. Now, obviously, your 3 technique is when you're on the outside. You got your 1 when you're on the inside, all right? Just basic D-line alignments and stuff like that. I don't want to bore you too much with that stuff. But for Trey, like I said, he knows he's in a 2-eye. So it's a couple things he has to worry about. The inside rush, the outside, and then obviously you got the bull rush just because this guy's alignment. Sometimes when a guy is aligned outside in a wide 3, you're thinking more speed rush, or he's aligned wide to cross your face and go inside. But right here, you know this guy has a little bit more options in terms of where he's going to go. But the issue with this alignment is the action has to happen right now. You don't have a long time to set stuff up when you're that close and that tight of a phone booth right here. So with Trey, he obviously steps inside because I told you had to protect that part of the rush, because the easiest way to get to the quarterback, or the fastest way, is to take that inside track. So that's why you see Trey take a step there to just check that, to make sure that he's not trying to threaten that gap. Now you see this D lineman convert to a speed rush on the outside. Okay. So you see the initial step. Now we're getting speed rush. Active hands by 70, which is good by him. But I love Trey's patience right here. And you see this hand placement. Look at the white sleeve right here in this guy's rib cage. Now he is going to control this guy. Good punch. I mean, look at this right here. He takes the guy, And now he's putting him out here on the tackle. I feel bad for the tackle because the tackle got the bad part of this. You know, gets a little 2-on-1 here. But that's because of Trey, his physical punch right here. And just his finish, man. I love how this guy continues to play with the nice demeanor. Man, he wants you to know that, hey, if I get these hands on you, it's not going to feel good. And I like that in my offensive lineman. Physical, big, nasty. But yeah, man, nice footwork right here. Good hand placement. Nice punch, and then finish him. Yes, indeed. Good finish. Nice pocket for Herbert to step up in. Really good rep right here by Trey, though, man. So like I said, even though he was struggling last year with his pass blocking and his run blocking as a whole, it was a lot more injury related. When he was healthy, he did have really good plays. But the biggest thing is just continuing to keep him healthy. Now, I think he will be able to do that with the complete offseason. And he has one on record saying that he's 100% healthy as well. So I do think this is going to be good for the Steelers up front because we know he can run block. That is something that he definitely does really well. And when healthy, he can pass block well enough. I know the reports have come out that he wasn't the best last year, but injuries were a big part of that. So let me know how y'all feel about Trey, man. If y'all think he can get the job done, or if you would have rather had, you know, go with a different replacement for David DeCastro. But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.